Squid Game, the Netflix series, which exceeded the expectation and won the admiration of millions of viewers around the world with its unique idea. But how unique that idea was. The Arab audience did not notice the closeness and the congruence with the Egyptian movie Diesel, starring Mohamad, Ramadan and Yasmin Sabri. We would like to mention that the movie Diesel has been released in cinemas back in 2018, while working on the idea of Squid Game began in 2019 to be officially released in the year 2021. Here are the most prominent ideas and scenes that closely matched Diesel. The owner of the game tells in this scene from the Squid Game that the goal behind this game is to satisfy the rich and distract them from their daily routine, and that by investing their money on watching hundreds of people die in games made for children. And that is the same purpose in the movie Diesel, which is to entertain rich people.
وهم بيعملوا كل ده عشان الزهق يا راغب.
The mystery in the game. The same thing applies to the two works in the same way and the same idea, especially the principle of ambiguity among the affiliated player that are playing the game without knowing its rules or what awaits them. And that in the end, it turns out that it was actually a death game. The similarity appears in the following two scenes about how the principles of the game were announced.
لو وقفتي لحظة واحدة هتخسري يا عفاف. أول ما الإقفاص دي تتفتح
As for the costumes and the masks used, Diesel used a mask to cover his face, and the same thing in Squid Game, where one of the characters used a mask to cover his identity for the same purpose, which is exposing the game's investors and stop it. The writer and the director of Squid Game also intended to hide the faces of the rich people, or what they call them, the VIPs, by making them wear masks, and that is also the case in Diesel that intended to not show the faces of the rich people. In the first game, most of the scenes in Squid Game were reproduced from the movie Diesel. The focusing on the target to remove it, the escaping moves, and the rules of the game that end your life with a bullet penetrating your body. And here, as you can see, there is two walls. The first one is red and the second one is green in the Diesel movie, which represents the name of the first game in Squid Game, which is green light and red light, and the way of ending lives of those who break the rules of the game, and even the method of death. In this scene here, we see the gallows hanging and the same method of death as the Diesel movie. Now with the fight scenes. In this section, we will leave you the freedom to compare and see the congruence in the fight scenes. Even the scenes of laying in the bed and placing the dead bodies in coffins and hiding them are present in both movies. Now we move on to one of the rules of the game, where there is an option of stopping the game in Squid Game by the participants by doing a poll, which is also can be seen in Diesel, but the one who can end it are the founders.
اللي كنت بتتفرج عليه والكلاب قاعدة بتاكل فيه وما رضتش توقف اللعبة.
The policeman in the Squid Game, the one who used his phone to keep track of what was happening, is similar to what happened in the movie Diesel, where he also took the phone to gather information. And upon entering the archive room in Squid Game, the police discovers that the game has history dating back to a long time and it is not played for the first time. Same applies to the movie Diesel, where the founder says that it is not the first time that this game has been played. And here in the scene where the policeman took one of the VIP in a private room and pointed a gun on him, but he left him unconscious and went without, ending his life. Similar or exactly the same to the movie Diesel, Mohamad Ramadan, the star of the movie, refused to shoot the founder after getting the opportunity to shoot him. The end and the revenge. Mohamad Ramadan, the star of the movie Diesel, took revenge from the owners of the game in the end of the movie. Also, in the last scene of Squid Game shows that the hero returns for revenge as well. Leave us in the comments how many similarities do you think these two titles have in common? And was the Squid Game entirely based on the Diesel movie, or was Diesel just an inspiration for the authors of Squid Game?